vignettes anymore and just had them debut. I would really love that if they just let them debut nowadays. After this, we got another backstage interview segment with Charlotte Flair saying she's going to prove herself this Sunday and destroy Becky Lynch. And then she will give Toni Storm her match, and Toni Storm will get what Becky Lynch has coming this Sunday. Charlotte Flair will destroy her as well. And then finally, Roman Reigns came out for his confrontation with Xavier Woods in the middle of the ring. He was supposed to be there alone, but he then looks to Paul Heyman, who tries to call out the Usos. The Usos then get thrown out like the Spirit Squad when D-Generation X reunited. Out comes Big E, and he has a face-off with Roman Reigns before charging him. He would hit the big ending on an Uso and would go to hit the big ending on Roman Reigns. Roman Reigns would fight out and then go to hit the spear. He would miss. Big E would punch him, and Roman Reigns would stand tall on the apron or on the entrance ramp while Big E stood in the ring to close the show and set up Survivor Series. What a great SmackDown. I really enjoyed it this week. It was a great go-home show for it. It really made me excited for Survivor Series on Sunday. And with that being said, let's go on to your Survivor Series 2021 review. Coming from Brooklyn, New York, in the, what's it called? Oh yes, the Barclays Center. Sorry, if I hear New York, I immediately think Madison Square Garden. But that's just me. So, this kicked off on the pre-show with a great match with Shinsuke Nakamura and Rick Boogs versus Damian Priest, Intercontinental Champion versus United States Champion. Damian Priest representing Raw, Shinsuke Nakamura representing SmackDown. So, here we go. They kicked it off with some great back and forth energy, and finally, Shinsuke would hit Actually, it was Rick Boogs would be playing the guitar whenever Damian Priest would do anything. Damian Priest said, if you play that guitar again, I'm going to smash it over your head. Well, what does Rick Boogs do? He plays the guitar again, and Damian Priest causes the DQ, attacks Shinsuke and Rick Boogs with the guitar, causes the DQ. SmackDown goes up 1-0 on the pre-show. And then we get the main show, which actually kicked off with what I believe should be the main event, in an absolute, in Michael Cole's words, I guess my light is catching on, banger of a match. Michael Cole, we would have, let's see, Becky Lynch versus Charlotte Flair. Raw Women's Champion versus SmackDown Women's Champion. And who would win this match? Becky Lynch would. It would be a 25-minute classic, in my opinion. These two put on a show the best they could, but the crowd couldn't give a shit. They were too busy cheering for AEW, CM Punk, and doing the wave. Stupid idiots. In the words of Chris Jericho, you stupid idiots. So, in this classic, Becky Lynch would pick up the win after a little chicanery from the ref. Becky Lynch would get rolled up. Charlotte would try to hold the rope, but Becky Lynch would then hold the rope as well and would pin Charlotte as the referee didn't see it. After this, we got the men's Survivor Series match of Seth Rollins, Finn Balor, Kevin Owens, Austin Theory, and Bobby Lashley representing Team Raw versus Team SmackDown of Drew McIntyre, Jeff Hardy, King Woods, Happy Corbin, and Sheamus with Madcap Moss at ringside. Now, this would be a very good match. It would start off with a little argument from Seth Rollins and Kevin Owens to see who would start the match, but Kevin Owens would win. He would say, I'm on this, I got this, don't worry, please trust me. And as he would start the match, he would stand up to, let's see, who was it? I'm trying to remember who it was. I believe it would be Baron Corbin. He would start up by standing up to Baron Corbin, and as he looks at him, Kevin Owens rolls out of the ring and walks away and gets counted out. Kevin Owens gets counted out, basically says, screw you to the Men's Survivor Series team, and walks away. You can see the whole Men's Survivor Series team pissed off, but after this, Finn Balor comes in, and he is like a hot rocket going off on everyone, and eliminates Happy Corbin. So Happy Corbin is out. And after this, we got King Woods getting eliminated by Bobby Lashley, who locked into Hurt Lock. And then Drew McIntyre comes in to face off with Bobby Lashley, renew their feud from WrestleMania to Hell in a Cell. These two had a great feud. And what happens? They brawl on the outside, and because they're so... I'm trying to think of the right words. Let's just say they're so into the fight, they ignore the ref and both get counted out. Both of them are counted out. Neither one moves on. So Bobby Lashley and Drew McIntyre are gone. After this, Sheamus would eliminate Finn Balor, and it would come down to Seth Rollins and Austin Theory versus Sheamus and Jeff Hardy. Austin Theory would then eliminate Sheamus. Jeff Hardy would then eliminate Austin Theory. Seth Rollins and Jeff Hardy would go back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. But finally, your Monday Night Messiah picks up the win and moves on as your sole survivor of the Raw men's team. Raw is now up 2-1 on SmackDown. After this, we got the Rock's 25th anniversary 25-man dual branded battle royal. Almost would win by last eliminating Ricochet. This was probably the worst match of the night. I got no problem saying that. Almas is still very green in the ring. They're trying to use this as a singles push, but there's a lot left to be desired. Whew. Woo! Going a little fast, I know, but I'm trying to bring in a lot into this episode, ladies and gentlemen. Trying to kick you on the roller coaster ride. Going to the ups and downs, motherfucker. After this, we got RK Bro versus the Usos, Raw Tag Team Champions versus SmackDown Tag Team Champions. And who would win? RK Bro. Riddle would be tagged in. No one would see a blind tag by Randy Orton. And as the Usos went for an Uso splash, Randy Orton would hit an RKO from out of nowhere. It was perfect. Catching the Usos on the Uso splash, picking up the win. Raw goes up 3-1. Now, by the way, SmackDown has to have a clean sweep to tie for Survivor Series. And after this, we get Team Raw versus Team SmackDown in your women's elimination 5-on-5 elimination Survivor Series match with Team Raw of Bianca Belair, Liv Morgan, Queen Zelina, Carmella, and Rhea Ripley versus Team SmackDown of Sasha Banks, Shotzi, and Natalya, Toni Storm, and Shayna Baszler. This would be a very good match. It would start off hard. It wouldn't start off too hard hitting as Carmella went to go get her mask on. She would be completely distracted from the outside, and she would be rolled up by Toni Storm. Toni Storm would then eliminate she would eliminate Carmella and Queen Zelina for Team SmackDown to go up 5-3. Then Toni Storm herself would be eliminated by Liv Morgan. Liv Morgan would then be eliminated by Sasha Banks. Sasha Banks would then be... Rhea Ripley would then be eliminated by... I'm sorry, I'm just trying to get my head into this. By Shayna Baszler. It would then be Team SmackDown with Shayna Baszler, Sasha Banks, Natalya, Shayna Baszler, Natalya, Sasha Banks, and Shotzi. I'm making sure I'm getting everyone in. I'm giving everybody their due credit. Sasha Banks will be counted out after she tried to lead her team her way, and everyone would get pissed by it. They would keep Sasha from entering the ring, and then Bianca would roll up Natalya. Shayna Baszler would then be eliminated by Bianca Belair in another roll-up. Bianca Belair would then hit the KOD on Shotzi to be the sole survivor of her team. What a great match. Bravo to them in a 23-minute classic Survivor Series match. And then finally, champion versus champion, Universal Champion Roman Reigns versus WWE Champion Big E. In a 21-minute hoss fight. Big some bitches going at it. Big E would be pinned, but Roman would have Big E would basically perform his ass off. It would be a great match. I really enjoyed this match, ladies and gentlemen. I had fun with it. So, that was your Survivor Series review. What a great Survivor Series. I enjoyed it. Raw picks up the win, going 5-2 against SmackDown. I guess it isn't about the ratings. It's about who wins Survivor Series. And now we go on to your post-Survivor Series review with... post-Survivor Series Raw. Emulating from Barclays Center on my birthday, by the way, November 22nd. If you guys want to send me any gifts, please comment down below. It kicked off with Vince McMahon. Also, I forgot, by the way, there was an egg during Survivor Series and it got stolen. It was supposed to be some red ink co-branding, which is the Rock and Ryan Reynolds movie. The egg would have been stolen. Vince McMahon would then say, if Adam Pearce and Sonya Deville can't get it, he will release them like all the talent so far. He actually said that, by the way. I'm not making that up. But however, if someone returns the egg, they will be gifted a WWE Championship match. Randy Orton then was seen backstage with Matt Riddle telling him he's got to be more like Randy Orton with his voraciousness. It was then cut to Randy Orton looking at Matt Riddle with a fake mustache and a fake goatee, dressed up like Randy Orton. Randy Orton would then walk away and they would have their match with the Dirty Dogs. They would pick up the victory, and it was more after the match that mattered, as Randy Orton would hit the Bro Derek on Robert Roode after the match to Matt Riddle's happiness. And then after this, we got Raw Women's Champion Becky Lynch cutting it's not a horrible promo for her. It's a horrible promo on the crowd itself. It's destroyed the crowd. It basically set them ablaze. So, Matt Riddle. I'm sorry, I don't know why I said Matt Riddle. Becky Lynch would say, you had these 10 women performing their asses off for you, and all you could do is your stupid chants, your stupid music, and your stupid wave. This is why I don't listen to your crap anymore. This is why I don't like you anymore. So, Becky Lynch would then say it doesn't matter who her challenger is, because she is going to beat them easily. She is then going to beat Liv Morgan, and they're going to bitch and moan when Liv loses, because not every underdog wins, and no one is taking the title off of her. We then got a women's match with Bianca Belair versus Tamina. Bianca Belair and Tamina actually do have some in-ring chemistry. I'm very shocked by that. I didn't think Tamina had in-ring chemistry with anyone. But she does. She actually does. And I enjoyed Tamina's work in this. Tamina put on a good match, and Bianca Belair was able to pick up the win. Bianca Belair then was attacked by Doudrop and Natalya. That's right, Doudrop and Natalya, I guess, are a team now. And by the way, fuck the brand split. I guess we're finally merging. The talk is they're going to merge the tag team championships of Raw and SmackDown and merge the whole tag team division, which I would actually like to see. I don't like that separation. I imagine they'll keep the two world titles